Determine equations corresponding to the following graphs. Give answers in vertex form and standard form. For a quadratic function in vertex form, f of x equals a times x minus h all squared plus k, h comma k corresponds to the coordinates of the vertex of the parabola. The sign of a indicates the direction of opening. If a is greater than 0, then the parabola opens upwards. If a is less than 0, then it opens downwards. The magnitude of a indicates how steep the parabola is. For example, for a equals 3, this would correspond to a vertical stretch by a factor of 3 relative to the basic y equals x squared parabola. That basic y equals x squared parabola has its vertex at the origin. As you move right 1, this corresponds to 1 for a value of x. 1 squared is equal to 1. So moving right 1, we would move up 1, giving us the point 1, 1. As you move right 2, this corresponds to x equals 2. We then have 2 squared, or 4, for our y value. Parabolas will always be symmetric with respect to the vertex. This means that as you move left 1 and left 2, note that when you square a negative, it becomes positive. So if we move left 1, the y value will also be 1, which is negative 1 squared. And if we move left 2, negative 2 squared will be 4. For our first example, note that the vertex is at the point negative 2, negative 5. As we move right 1, we move up 1. This corresponds to an a value of 1. We then have the equation in vertex form, y equals x plus 2 all squared minus 5. To express this in standard form, we would have to expand the brackets and combine like terms. Expanding the brackets, x plus 2 all squared, we get x squared plus 4x plus 4. We then combine the plus 4 and minus 5. This results in y equals x squared plus 4x minus 1 as the equation in standard form. For the second graph, here the vertex is at 2, 4. In this case, as you move right 1 from the vertex, you'd have to go down 2 to get to another point on the parabola. This corresponds to an a value then of negative 2. We then have our equation in vertex form, y equals negative 2 times x minus 2 all squared plus 4. Again, to write this in standard form, we have to expand the brackets. We then have to distribute the negative 2 through the brackets and combine like terms. Expanding the x minus 2 all squared gives x squared minus 4x plus 4. We then distribute the negative 2 through the brackets, giving negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 8, and then adding the 4 on, we get a minus 4, giving negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 4 as your equation in standard form.